Time to check out some more cool toy cars and trucks once again tonight. We did some hard rubber toys last week and got a few more of those as well as a few metal pieces tonight. So, been kind of a bonkers day, running just a minute behind here, but like I said, I tried to get a lot of stuff done today. They said we're going to get snow tonight. It was about 80 today, and they said we're going to get snow tonight. Who knows? We're in Kansas. So your guess is as good as mine as to what is actually going to happen tonight and how long it's going to stick around. But we're here for now, so we're going to check out a few cool toys and squeeze a few things in. I did get some content shot today. Eric's here with us, as well as I picked up a car, ended up getting a lead on a gas pump. And fortunately, the gas pump was actually pretty close to the yard, so got it bought, got it hauled in. Super cool gas pump. I've got a lot of gas pumps. Did not have one of these. Tony's here. And we'll have to do a video on it. Pete made it, but this thing is actually pre-visible. We're all familiar with the ones with the big tall ones with the big tall glass cylinders. This is a cylinder type, tall one, pre-glass cylinder. So Bill Disc here. Kind of crazy. This thing is super early. 1910, maybe pre-1910. So I had to snag that. So we're going to be sharing that with you as well. But anyway, getting into some toys tonight. We'll start off, I found a couple more hard rubber ones that very similar to what we checked out last week. Then we'll move into some Tootsies. And then we're going to move into a big rig that I came up with here recently that I was actually kind of excited about. So anyway, let's flip this thing around, start checking out some toys. Peter from Down Under. Earliest is a 23 Gilbarco 179. And this one is actually, believe it or not, and like I said, this is where I got to do a little bit of research. I've only owned this for about 4 hours. It's not a Gilbarco, it's a Gilbert Barkley. So I'm going to assume that that is pre-Gilbarco. Maybe Peter can answer that for me, I'm not sure. But I'm excited about it. It's a neat piece. Didn't have one anything like it, so had to grab it. So anyway, like last week, we checked out some of those hard rubber cars. I found another, actually, this is a matched set that I don't think I've shared with you guys yet. Very similar in style and age, actually, to some of the ones that we looked at last week. And this is actually a pair from the Auburn Rubber Company, Auburn, Indiana. Blue sedans. They are not marked on them anywhere that I can see as far as with a brand name other than the Auburn Rubber Company. Can't find anything about the car on them. Okay, that's kind of what I was figuring it had to be. It just made sense, but that's that it had to be a very early Gilbarco. That's the only thing that really made any sense to me, so I figured, well, that's got to be what it is, right? So the first toy tonight, another one of these hard rubber cars. Late 30s, and I've actually got a matched set of them, believe it or not. Same color, same style. These do say Auburn Rubber Company. Down in the bottom, if you guys can make that out, we get the light correct on it. There's Sam. These are both in pretty decent shape. Good looking little toys, good, nice match set. These are kind of a medium size compared to what we were looking at last week. 4 3/4 inches long. Put Gilbert and Barco on YouTube and you see some awesome pumps. Yep, like I said, I'm going to have to do some research on it because I really don't know what it is. All I know is it's cool. Up next, we got a batch of Tootsie toy tanker trucks. Oh, and by the way, speaking of tanker trucks, like I said, we shot some content today. We had a little bit of wind. It wasn't terrible, so I went ahead and gambled. I hope the sound comes out okay. But I did shoot a video on the 55 Ford mobile tanker truck. So it is shot, get it put together, and got a couple things to edit on it. and it'll be ready to launch here sometime in the very near future. But these little Tootsie toys, these are really cool ones. Tanker trucks with the brand name on them. This one's a cab over style for Texaco. Actually, this is actually cast into the body of this Tootsie. Cab over design, very similar to a 48 to 50 era Ford cab over. Jeff from Ottawa. Of course, the rounded off back like these tank trucks had, Texaco on each side. This one obviously has some paint loss, but no actual physical chips or damage to the body. These little Tootsie toy tankers, and this is a Tootsie. I don't know if you guys can make out the name or not right down in here. There goes the hearts. Six inches on these little tankers. Now, these next Tootsies have been repainted. The next one, this is also the same style, 48 era cab over Ford. Texas Oil Company. This one is a shell. I don't know why they repainted it in orange, being shell. Maybe it was orange originally, but can't really tell. Don't really see any signs of old paint. That's obviously some new paint. But this shell with the seashells, they're again actually cast into the mold. And this is, like I said, the exact same body as the Texaco we just looked at, just different name actually cast into the side of this one. Once again, I don't know if you guys can make it out, Tootsie toy in the same place. Pretty much the same thing, just in a shell version. Yeah, it's very round. I mean, it looks very similar to a Visible, just there's no glass cylinder on top. It actually has a metal top with like markers on the metal part. This last one in the Tootsie toy line tonight also has been repainted. It is not a cab over. It's a little bit different design, and I can't really place this design. More of kind of a universal design on this Sinclair. Really great looking truck. Once again, Tootsie toy has been repainted. The nose, you know, kind of out of proportion. If you ask me, for the size of the grill versus everything else, could be KB6, KB7 style, based on the shape of these fenders. The headlights, you know, were on the fenders on a KB6, KB7, and it did have a similar type grill, only it was much narrower. So that would probably be my guess, would be it was designed after a KB6, KB7, based on if it was the same era as those 48 to 50 era Ford trucks, but that's just speculation. You can kind of see the taillights in the body on this one. There's Austin. And like I said, this one's been cleaned up and restored, but pretty good looking truck. Now, like I said, it's been a bananas day. I didn't have quite as much time as I would like to have liked to have had to prep for tonight, but that's okay. Got a few things out, and I got one more truck that I want to share with you that I'm pretty excited about. I got this just about a month ago at an estate sale where actually I did the video on that stuff today too. 69 C30, 66 F250, some pickup beds. So that video's coming up. I finished up the content on those trucks today. I got some content I shot from the estate sale when we were digging. But this toy came from there as well. Some of you guys are not going to have any clue what this is. Some of you guys, it's probably going to bring back some memories. I do remember it. We did have one here in Great Bend, Kansas, where I live. Been gone, obviously, for years and years. If I can get her hooked up here. Austin's excited. So, like I said, this is for a chain store, basically a 5 and dime type store that I don't even know if they even exist at all. Like I said, we did have one. I do remember going there as a kid. And of course, once again, when Walmart came in, they're all, took out everybody. So this one, I'm kind of curious to see if this rings any bells for any of you guys or if it brings back any memories for some of you guys. So let me know what you think. I'm kind of curious because I know it brought back some memories for me, for sure. On this TG&Y semi. Who remembers TG&Y? We had one. I remember going there, been gone forever, ever since Walmart came in 30-some years ago probably. Toys, guns, and yo-yos, yeah. This truck really in fairly decent shape considering it's, got to be 40 years old. Obviously, we can see the TG&Y stickers still pretty decent on here. Serving families coast to coast. Obviously, like I said, I don't know if any of them exist anymore after Walmart. Defunct in 2002. Thanks, Pete. Never heard of them. Not definitely not down under either. Got the TG&Y across the back door. Somebody had a piece of Scotch tape on here. Inside, just an empty trailer. It is an Ertl piece. Over here on the other side, still looks pretty good as far as the sticker go there. And the paint, really not too bad. I mean, I haven't polished this, waxed it, haven't done anything with it. Still in pretty decent shape. So, let's check out the tractor. Single axle, cab over, TG&Y. International. This one was actually even branded with the International logo above the grill. There's Brett. The corners of the bumpers have some wear, but they're not busted off. Horns, as this horn's chipped. The other horn is intact. The clearance lights are intact. Stack is intact. Those pieces are all plastic. But a pretty cool toy. Obviously been played with a little bit back here where it's been hooked and unhooked over the years. But really, considering the age of this thing, not in terrible shape. Definitely not hasn't spent any time outside or saw any weather to be in this condition. It does have an interior in it. You can see right through the windshield it actually did have seats and a dash and a steering wheel. Brett's out in California. You can still get Ertl diecast from Tommy, T-O-M-Y. So, that's kind of what we've got for tonight. Like I said, kind of a crazy day. Didn't have a ton of time to get things ready, but definitely wanted to stuff that didn't want to miss anybody. Yeah, it kind of does look like it was put away and forgot about. There's Billy Bowman. So, quick recap for anybody that jumped on late. Some more cool hard rubber Auburn Toy Company cars from the late 30s. The Texaco Tootsie Toy tanker truck. A belly pump. Before it, they were a skeleton pump. That's, yeah, because it's not a skeleton pump. It's not one of those where there's nothing to it. I kind of got an idea what you're talking about, the skeleton pumps. And this thing looks like a gas pump. It just does not have a glass cylinder on top. It's metal with markings on the sides of it. The Shell tanker truck, Tootsie Toy. Brett remembers burying one of those. As well as the Sinclair. And of course, the big TG&Y tractor trailer. Another company that was pretty much squashed by Walmart and is long gone. Dan from Defiance, his sister worked at our TG&Y. The day Elvis died, people wiped out all Elvis things in minutes. There's Pappy. So anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. Like I said, kind of a quick night, but just did not have enough time to get stuff ready. In fact, I still got to go put the truck away, and I got to get a bunch more stuff done yet tonight. But just got that car unloaded late. Time for a sign, okay? Where we were at, I think we were back against that wall. So anyway, we can sure head back there and catch a sign real quick. Working against this back wall back here. Let me grab the tripod here, and we'll head that way. I've actually got a bunch of signs that we need to get out on Toy Tuesday. Bought signs at the Wichita Swap Meet, of course. Some other signs I've gathered up over the last few months that we haven't even shared with you guys yet. So let's go back up here. We looked at the Caltex kind of foreign sign last time. This time, let's check out Valvoline motor oil. This is a painted tin sign, dated 1970. This one's in great shape. This actually, the first parts store I bought, the first CarQuest store I bought, this Valvoline sign was inside that parts store. So obviously when I sold the store, I kept the sign. But great condition. They also made this sign, I believe, in Valvoline Racing, where it said Valvoline Racing instead of Valvoline Motor Oil. But pretty nice sign. And like I said, this thing's been inside pretty much its whole life. So it's been pretty well preserved. So after I sold that store, I brought this thing home, obviously, and put it on my wall. Auction item? Not, probably not. Got a Sakes maker and a G&B last week. So anyway, there's a sign for tonight. The Valvoline motor oil from 1970. I think that's double-sided, if I remember correctly. But obviously we got screwed to the wall, so we're just looking at one side of it. But a very nice sign that has held up well over the years. So anyway, that's all Brett's ever used in his race cars. Yep, it's always been pretty good oil, so. But thanks for reminding me of that, Peter. I always forget to try to squeeze a sign in. Like I said, we've got a lot of signs that we need to just do on a Toy Tuesday. Just haven't quite gotten to them. Anyway, what else is coming up? Like I said, I've been getting a lot of content shot, and shot probably 4 or 5 videos. I got one yesterday, and it did have a little wind noise, so I didn't shoot any more. And then I shot 3 or 4 more today. I hope the wind noise isn't too terrible on that. Like I said, we're supposed to be getting a winter storm tonight, like literally snow after it being 80 today. Still thinking about maybe trying to get to Minden, Nebraska to check out Pioneer Village and catch up with our good friend Will up there. But that all hinges on what this storm does. So everything's kind of up in the air. Regardless, I do have some content ready for tomorrow night as well as Friday night. We'll try to catch a few shorts, get a few things up and going. But like I said, been kind of bananas today as far as what's going on. The CM is a Caltex pump. That's cool. Keep the snow out west. I don't want any of it, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what it's going to entail. It's supposed to move in late tonight, so kind of a crapshoot as to what may or may not happen around here. But regardless, I'm not out of stuff to do. Had a lot of stuff going on. Working on my dad's buddy's working on the 78 F250. You can see that it's kind of blank back there by the lift where the F250's been for the last few years. So it's out at Dad's. We'll have that out hopefully here soon. Hit the like button. Appreciate that, Pete. This car I picked up today, I cannot wait to share the video with you on this thing. This thing is so cool. I was pretty excited about it when I bought it, and I got it picked up today. Ran it through the car wash, blew the top layer of crust off of it. I got to get it cleaned up a little bit more, but it's a cool ride. I can't wait to get the video done on it and share it with you because it's a neat car too. So anyway, as well as the gas pump I got today. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to finish putting stuff up away from today. Thanks for stopping by, spending a few minutes with us on Tuesday evening and checking out some cool toys. I'm glad the TG&Y truck brought some memories back for some of you guys. Stay tuned. We got more stuff coming up tomorrow night as well as Friday night. There goes the hearts. And like I said, Sunday night, Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Unless something weird happens, I have still thought about being out of town this weekend, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's just kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I plan on being on it at least at some point, sometime Sunday night for some more Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. So thanks for stopping by tonight. Thank you, Peter. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. And we'll hopefully see you Sunday night. Stay tuned for the new content coming up later this week. Thanks for watching, everybody.